Hey guys, welcome to another day on Mazda RX8 channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video we're going to be dealing with the problem that I have with my Mazda RX8, which is a leaking fuel line. It's probably just the seal that's leaking, but I don't have anything to really replace it, so I'm going to come out with my own plan. Before I do anything, I need a way to try to drain my fuel system. So I got kind of like a fuel line here, and hopefully this is going to be a direct fit. I'll have to work kind of quickly because it will start draining right away as soon as I pull that. So let's see, let's go ahead and actually get this thing off. This off, put this on. That somewhat is a tight fit. There you go. So that is good. So now with this, what I'll have to do is I'll have to, let's see, man, it's so easy to just spill fuel in here, man. I'm just gonna get my fuel can in here. So I'm gonna plug in my fuel pump, plug in my key, so I'm hoping that this will cause the fuel pump to come on. There you go. I could hear fuel. I think what I need to do is really sit back and try to press on my clutch and then drain the fuel pump. I'm just gonna go ahead and pause the video for now. Well guys, I do have a little problem. The little problem that I have is with this little tab breaking off. And that's gonna put a slowdown in this little project, because when I tried pulling that pipe off, that thing just snapped clean off. Does that indicate maybe that thing had a crack in it or whatever? Maybe that's why it was leaking so much. I don't know. I still think it's a bad fitting here. But at least I sucked a lot of the fuel out before this broke. So no more fuel is leaking out, so that's good. This pipe seems to be very small, and I need to figure out, you know, if I could get that other fuel hose, if I could just get it to fit on here and then just install it. My plan was, it's probably like a really bad plan, but you know, I have at least a little plan, because this is a very hard type of hose. It's going to be impossible for me to pull this piece of plastic out and try to come up with a, you know, any kind of plan, because it's not rubber. So I was just going to cut this clean off, and this would allow me to snap, you know, like put like a regular type of fuel line and then put a crimp on it. Same thing here. But now that this is broken off, you know, I need a new one. Guys, that hole, it seems, you know, plausible. I mean, it's not round, but it seems plausible that I'll be able to just like screw in like some kind of metal fitting in there. Not really sure, but I could attempt to try to at least do that much. So anyways, guys, I want to show you a plan that I did have. I already had this hose ready, and there's the opening. It seems like that would be about the same if I would, like, you know, cut that off, slap this on here, tighten it up really good. I would cut this down just a little bit, and then of course I would, you know, put this end in over there and another one like that. So I would have kind of like a you know, a fuel system connected like that. But now that it's broken, it's kind of putting a wrench in my wheel, I guess. Guys, I reached inside of this black pipe right here and I pulled this seal out. It does not appear to be broken. Seems to be okay. Guys, you know what I kind of am figuring out? That seal was past the red marks. But I think the seal possibly needs to sit in between the red marks. So maybe the seal was too far and it was really not sealing things up. Upon further inspection, I realized there was like a tiny little crack that you could not see. And when I tried to kind of like roll it around, it just snapped off. So there's a good chance that this seal was just bad. I do have like a seal kit that I could have used, but it's a little bit too late now. But so anyways, guys, I think we're gonna be good. This is my fuel pump. I've ordered this and I didn't even open it until now. Look at that, guys. This is just what I needed. Just what I needed. So there's the switch. So, man, it's perfect. I mean, seems like a really simple installation too. Hey guys, I'm gonna make a separate installation video because it's actually pretty intricate installation. It's not that easy. So if you've never done it before, maybe it's a good idea to take a look at it. It's quite hard installing it, but it's doable. So anyways, guys, it's gonna be in the next video. Okay, it seems like that's the right angle. Let's see. I think I got it like spot on, like where I want it. That ought to hold. Okay. Guys, wish me luck. I think we're gonna be cranking in like a minute. Man, that's gonna be interesting. I don't want to break that off. I want it to be tight. Yeah, that's tight. I mean, guys, tell me that don't look factory. It looks Mercedes factory to me. Most important thing is, let's plug in this electrical. Boom. We got the good battery that's alive. Let's go plug this sucker in. We're gonna be good to go. Hey guys, I want to get my own reaction for this. I've been waiting for this about probably going on 4th day now, which is probably not as much as some of you. But anyways, battery is plugged in. Looks like my daughter's been in here. Messing the wipers. All right, so let's get this foot on clutch here. So we're gonna go ahead and start cranking with the gas pedal down. I don't know why, but there is no fuel in the system. Let's just try to do that anyways. Okay, I've seen a RPM gauge needle just move like 1/16. At least there was a slight reaction. I could tell It's a little bit more alive than before. Can't you tell, guys? It seems like, thank you for feeding me some fuel. Please, let us proceed. So anyways, let's continue. Oh wait guys, I got another starter. It's coming. And another fully charged battery. Okay. Now I'm gonna press the gas and clutch. I'm gonna start up being that it's this slow. And anyways, I really should be letting it rest, but I'm so excited. Like I really want to get this thing started, and I don't even want to get it to rest any. But anyways, relax, Mazda RX8. You're gonna be okay. You will live another day. Well, you will live to see another day. But anyways, guys, while we wait, what's all that about? Hold on a second. Because my 200 amp was blinking a little bit, and I don't know if that's the noise I heard. The machine maybe just turned it off. But anyways, here's what I want to tell you guys. Here's the plan. I've been thinking on this ever since I done the compression test. Yes, I know the compression test was done on cold, but it ain't bad. You know, for the European standards, it's like 8 to 10 bar. It is good, and seems like my car is getting that. So for the American, anywhere between 75 to 100 psi, that's pretty good. It's not great. It's not a brand new car. It's got 150,000 miles on it, but some cars with less mileage, they got worse type of psi, you know, wearing their apex seals, depending if they've been, you know, pre-mixing or changing oil regularly. But anyways, guys, that being said, this is gonna be my daily. I was initially gonna try to just keep both of the Mazda RX8s, but I'm thinking, look, if I'm gonna do that, I mean, I already got 27 cars here. I'm sort of like becoming like another collector, and I'm like just dumping money into all these cars without really selling any. So the automatic one, once I get, you know, its steering wheel all dialed in to where it's you know, it's got power steering again, I'm going to be probably selling that one. Even though I actually like it, that car has less mileage than this one. I think we're like around like 129,000 miles. It is mainly stock. It's got like a mid-pipe in it. We're in South Carolina, so there's no inspection, so we don't have to worry about inspection. But anyways, here's what I'm gonna do with this one, man. Performance tuning. That's what we're gonna be doing, just like my channel name. I already have a tuner that I bought. It's like a $500 tuner that I bought for my automatic Mazda RX8. I'm gonna be using it on here. I just got a full exhaust system. I just got a racing radiator. I do have a cold air intake in here. That's probably from Toyota. I'll see what I could do to maybe get it in here. Also, let me know your thoughts on this. This just came into my mind. I heard this saying from one of my good friends. He's also a car guy. And, you know, he says, why don't you put a turbocharger on your Mazda RX-8? And I said, well, you're really not supposed to, because it's a high compression engine. The Mazda RX-7s were a lower compression engine. But he says, well, these, you know, apex seals and stuff, they're kind of worn now. So, you know, it's losing some compression. So it's no longer a high compression engine. So you could put a turbocharger on it and be completely okay. Guys, let me know if that logic is good, because it sounds fair to me. I'm thinking, look, if it's slightly lower compression, I mean, we're not going to be pulling fast enough now with natural aspirated type of engine, because we are losing some compression. So the logic would be, hey, let's get some of it back with a turbo, you know. So I'm looking into, in the near future, modifying it to be a turbo car. I know one thing is Fast and the Furious had one of these, and they boosted safely to 5 psi, but I heard some people running 15 psi and they're completely fine. So let me know, guys, your thoughts on that one. If you got a turbo in yours, how many psi's you're running safely, because I definitely want to turbocharge it. And I also want to do a conversion to where I take the battery that's underneath there and I move it into the trunk, to give myself some better cooling. Of course, the racing radiator does not have places for power steering fluid. So this, excuse me, the transmission coolant, well, transmission fluid to cool it, you know, there is no pipes in the racing radiator, but this is a manual. It does not need it, so this would be perfect for it, because I looked underneath here and this looks to be like original Mazda RX8 radiator. It's got those two pipes sticking out that needs for transmission cooling. Obviously there's no transmission, it's a manual. Well, it's a manual transmission, but it's not an automatic. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is taking the racing radiator and swapping it in to this car out of my automatic and just putting the stuff back to the automatic one as stock. When this radiator was not leaking, which mine started to leak, it was cooling things down just fine. Like if it's not leaking, if it's got water in it, it's cooling things fine. How do I know that? Well, I got an aftermarket gauge, which is electronic gauge, through my tuner, because my tuner does pretty much everything, and that's one of the things. It allows me to monitor the coolant temperature, and I could see precise numbers. I could see if they're getting hotter or lower. As a matter of fact, the original stock one, it's true what they say. It is not that good. Like I'm looking at it and nothing has really changed, but on the tuner, I could clearly see things have changed. Things are warming up. I could see ahead of time and I could already anticipate what's going on. But anyways, guys, that being said, I could talk all night, especially about Mazda RX8s. I mean, I really have a passion for them, but I'm talking, which I should be starting with those amps. Interesting, if you insert the key the other way, it will not spin. You have to flip it over. Guys, I'm starting to smell exhaust. So I think some of the stuff is combusting. Guys, most definitely, I shined the light inside of the pipe on the right side, and it's a little smoke coming out of there, so that's good. So we are combusting, we wasn't before. So anyways, guys, I'm making this my daily. This is stick shift. I had a stick shift Audi TT, which was a 5-speed manual. I had a 6-speed manual Audi S4, which was very fun to drive. It was a twin turbo. I had a 1.8 turbo Volkswagen Jetta, which was, you know, like a performance package. Also had a turbo. Well, the Audi TT was a 1.8 turbo as well. So I had those cars as stick, and then going back some years, I had a Audi S90, which was a 5-speed 6-cylinder engine. It was a V6. I always wanted to get into the rotors, but you know, I could never really afford them until now. I think these cars are really making a comeback. I'm starting to see a lot of videos with these cars. A lot of people really making them look nice and classy, and they're really enjoying their Mazda RX-8. So I think this one, you know, it's gonna be pretty nice. And I do like the interior here, that it's red. I also like the mocha interior as well. I'm thinking I might swap in my mocha interior into here and take this and put it into the automatic. I kind of got used to the mocha, and I'm also putting in my aftermarket radio and stuff in here, so I could plug in my phone and stuff like that. And then I'm putting original Mazda RX-8 stuff into that one, which would be just fine for it. what is that whistling that I'm hearing? Is that my starter making a whistle? Or is that some vacuum leak that I'm hearing? But anyways, I'm feeling a whole lot better, guys, with the current type of situation. I know we are getting some fuel. You know, everything's plugged in, everything's good. I do feel that it's gonna get started. Hopefully it's gonna get started today. I'm not gonna give up on it. I mean, now that I did what I did, I mean, I just swapped out a fuel filter, fuel pump. Good thing it came with the housing, everything like, you know, legit, so I could just swap it out and like not worry about it. I mean, I know I got a good fuel pump now, which I believe has an internal fuel filter, which should really help, I think. So I think things are a lot better. I think this Mazda RX8 might be getting a little bit flooded, but I'm not really worried about that. I just want to get the fuel through the system. And my plan is, once this battery kind of gives out a little bit, to plug in my other battery, which is a Legend. And I've been getting a lot better results with that one, even though this one's not doing too bad. And I must say, guys, if you've been keeping up with the series, this starter is spinning a whole lot faster than it was before. This is still original starter, guys, believe it or not. So the starter is spinning a whole lot faster. So I think when the engine was standing for such a long time, not being lubricated by anything, you know, it didn't have no choice but not to spin. You know, things get locked up. And I think since I've been working away at it day by day and multiple times a day, and I just really haven't been really resting that much, just kind of just working on this car. The videos might seem long, but believe me, I've spent so much more time on it. Yeah, I'm smelling my combusted type of fumes right now. Okay, I'm gonna try this time deflooding it. I know I said deflooding it. Wait a minute. Yeah. But really, I'm just putting my foot on gas and letting it off slowly. But it's not really even catching, so I don't know. It's spinning kind of slow. I really don't like that too much, but what can I say? So now I'm just giving it some 40 amps, see what happens. It acts like a dead battery. Wow. Anyways, I'm gonna go swap the battery out. I really don't like it. You know what, guys, normal I don't record this process, but you know, might as well. So I'm gonna shut off my thing here. After starting like that, these terminals will be hot. So you want to make sure you don't burn yourself. And I know, like, when I say that, I might just go ahead and do that. Whoa, 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 see? What I told you, I just got burnt. My finger on that thing because it was going against that plastic there. And could not fit it on. I mean, when you're working on cars, you know, this is one of the things that comes with the territory. You will get caught, burned, and everything else. Hopefully nothing worse. All right, giving it 200 amps. Let's go. It's a little better. Okay, we'll let it rest. But anyways, guys, I hear what you're saying. Check the spark plugs, change them out, change out the ignition coils. Believe me, guys, all that stuff is coming. I'm just doing all the diagnostics on this car step by step. And as you can see, I'm finding little things. And yes, this car is pretty much a mystery box. You know, when you're dealing with something that somebody took apart, you don't know to what extent they did that. Did they do anything else to the car that would prevent it from getting started? And that is the kind of thing you have to find. Already I found a couple relays in here, some fuses, some spark plugs. I found the centric sensor, bunch of parts. And for the most part, I made sense out of it and I put everything back as it's supposed to be. But that being said, yeah, we don't know what kind of condition the ignition coils are, for instance. They look to be replaced. There is used ones in here, and the ones that's underneath, they look a little bit more shiny type of black, not this dull with bunch of dust type of black. So perhaps they were replaced. Maybe they're good, you know, maybe they're not. I don't know. I guess we could try to test it. In either case, we have a starter situation as well. This 1.4 kilowatt starter is just not doing a job. You could tell it's not even rotating at 250 RPMs like it should, or above. When I even did the compression test, I think it was like right around 150 RPMs that I was getting. So this starter is kind of weak. And my batteries are new, but I think I'm also dealing with a couple things. Weak starter, engine been sitting for a while. It's started to internally lock up, you know, due to condensation and, you know, lack of lubrication, you know, that kind of thing, which I think is being resolved now that I started messing with it. And I think I got it further along than all the previous people, because the previous owner obviously was messing with it, could not get it started, and he would probably never got it started when he got this thing repoed, because the fuel was just leaking out of here like it's free. So even if it wasn't leaking out, I think I heard like somebody on YouTube that has a Mazda RX8 was saying that they got a Mazda RX8 that's like 8 miles per gallon. Well, if it's that low, then they probably got like a fuel leak, and they're lucky that it's even started up. So I think the misunderstanding of these Mazda RX8s, which leads people to not being able to really get these things started. I mean, a lack of fuel, lack of air, lack of exhaling, you know. Like, for instance, if this catalytic converter is clogged up right now, and it might be preventing me from starting this car as well, because it cannot exhale fast enough, which is very important. So air, fuel is very important, especially when it comes to this car, and lubrication of the engine, very, very important. So of course, with this one, I've heard a couple things. A faster fuel pump and a faster starter will help things. The fuel pump that I got, I don't know what kind of speed this is. I picked up something for like $100 or something. So, can you really expect a good one for that price? I don't know. I'm hearing this whistle, which is one, and I'm hearing this rotary type of scratchy sound, which can be just the pulleys and stuff rotating. Hopefully nothing worse. It almost sounds like a bearing. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with the bearing on the engine on this one, but that can always be the case. I'm already on the second battery, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to get this thing started. If I will, that will be great. If not, you will know that I'm on the right track, and pretty soon this thing's gonna fire away. Right now it's obviously dark. I wish I could have got to this car much sooner. I couldn't. I was beat, guys, because I was working till like pretty much the morning, and then I had to go do some of my normal stuff that I do. And this is my cat. Hey, this is my buddy right here. He joins me on all my mechanical ventures. He'll always lie there and look to see like what I'm doing. Like, he understands. I'll be underneath the car fixing something. He's gonna go lie down underneath the car and just monitor what I'm doing. I raised him ever since he was a baby. Gave him a bunch of love like this, just pat him and stuff, hold him, and he thinks I'm his daddy. But I have kids. I got 3 kids. I love them and they love me, and we're just a happy family, and you know, pets get the love as well. So we have the cat, couple huskies, and some chickens. But anyway, he's like, yeah, I'm leaving, or whatever. You just start this car. It's boring. I'm probably not getting 200 amps. I made a mistake and I was just giving it 40 amps. That's all I was doing. That's a lot better. Okay, engine icon is starting to blink. Let's just see. Plug this thing in. See what codes we're getting. Delete them. Hopefully this thing will come on. It's been malfunctioning on the OBD2. I don't know why. Perhaps a loose wire. Could it also be giving some trouble? I don't know. But I'm just gonna do a generic scan. I could do a Mazda direct scan, but this thing's kind of weird. Sometimes it just gives me some codes that even worse than generic. Because it lacks a definition and needs an update or something. Crankshaft position sensor, A circuit range performance, P0336. P0336, crankshaft position sensor, circuit range performance. I did replace the crankshaft position sensor, guys. I replaced it with the other one from my automatic Mazda RX8, because that's a new one and I know that works. So, too bad I cannot swap out the starter, even though that other one probably still has the original starter. I really don't know what it has. Just because it got coilovers when I bought it, and this car has performance springs, does not mean necessarily somebody upgraded the starter. But anyways, that was interesting. It's like it actually spun faster for some reason. It's almost like it tried to engage. I don't know. And I know this, guys, that this car possibly is flooded, and I'm just basically cranking away on a flooded car now. I understand. But if it wasn't flooded before, I was just cranking on dry. So I think even though this is flooded, this might be a good thing. It will keep things lubricated. I'm gonna try to, if things don't start today, I'm gonna try to put the battery on charge like I normally do. And next time, I'm gonna add some oil to each spark plug hole. I'm gonna plug everything in, and I'm gonna try to start it with, you know, having some oil in the cylinders. Hopefully, that would be pretty good, and the car will fire right up. I guess, I mean, I could even do that now, technically. Probably could do it now. Should I do it now? I think I'll do it now. I think it's not gonna hurt anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. Let's see, I'll just leave the key here. I feel kind of tired, as you could tell, guys. It's late. It's way past midnight. I really don't even know what time it is. I've been just really dealing with this. So I don't feel like doing it, but I will do it because I think it's pretty much going to be 50-50, where it might crank or it might just be like, I'm talking about start. But I'm thinking that it might be the same thing, like it's just cranking but nothing is happening. But at the same time, I'm thinking that there's a good chance that something will happen. And I think I could speed up the process by removing the spark plugs and actually looking at them, see what they look like. See if they're wet, because they were dry before. And one of my viewers actually pointed it out, which... this is not something I realized immediately. I guess if I did, I would have thought, well, we're not getting no fuel. But guess what? I was listening for the fuel pump, and it was engaging. I could hear it, you know, and then it turns off. So I could hear that it's working. But looks like hearing is not enough, and I couldn't really smell anything because there is a metal lid. I had the door open, and this is the only reason. Well, yeah, my door was open. Just like I do have it now, I had it propped up. This is the only reason I actually was able to smell fuel. This is the only reason I'm actually able to smell some exhaust coming out right now, because, you know, I'm open here with the suicide doors and my door is open. But anyways, guys, let's talk, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just not going to record that section. I'm going to go ahead and just add oil to the spark plug holes and check if the spark plugs are wet or if they're dry. So, yeah, decided not to be lazy. I removed the two lower spark plugs, which are leading, and I've oiled them up. I left the other ones unoiled, but I think this should do it. See what happens now. I know it's kind of long, but guys, I am getting some smoke here. But where am I getting smoke? That's the question. There was some smoke in this area. Let's see. There's smoke. Where is it coming from? I'm just gonna give it 40 amps of charging. I think in either way, guys, we are on the right track. This car will start. It's only a matter of time. I think the smoke is coming from the starter. I've seen this before, and exactly the same thing is happening to my other Mazda RX8. It was smoking.